In this video, we're going to look at the parts of a graph. In this case, we're looking at a bar graph, but the ideas hold for most types of graphs. So the first thing you want to make sure is that you always have a title for your graph. So in this case, it's called hours of television watched. You also want to have a title for the x-axis, which is the bottom axis down here. It doesn't really matter that they understand that this is the x-axis, but I think most of them do know that. So the title for the x-axis is hours, and there's also appropriate labels for each bar. In this case, it's intervals like 0 to 2, 3 to 5. It could be like hair color, brown, blonde, black, red, those kinds of things. Make sure they have labels as well as the title. The next thing you need is a title for the y-axis, or the axis that's going up. On most cases, this is where the numbers would go. And so you'd have the title, number of students for the y-axis, and I like that the numbers go up by the same amount. Now, number 4 is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to graphing. So I want to make sure this is really clear, that numbers go on the lines, not in between the lines. When in this case, there is no question where 10 is. 10 is definitively along this line. However, if you put the numbers between the lines, no one can be sure if it's below the line is 10 or above the line is 10. So that's why I want to make sure that the kids know that the numbers need to go on the lines, not in between. And finally, for a bar graph or a double bar graph, the bars should be the same width as one another, and they should always be the same distance from one another. So you either have them right beside each other, or you give a couple of spaces between, like shown here.